voice or stuff.
All right. And we're live. Welcome to paraglidingtalk.com. I'm your host, Robert Michaels. Glad you are here. We have a great show lined up tonight. We've got David Wolfe with us, and we're going to be talking about all things flying. Mainly, we're going to be talking about a fly-in that's coming up in May, very soon. It's called the Bad Apples. We're going to have a great time. You don't want to miss that show. If you want to be a part of that, you're going to need to go to their website, which I don't have the website, not queued up anyways. But we'll talk about that during the show, and I'll have some of these fine moderators give you a link to go to the website or whatever they have for that. No website. Gosh, you guys are stuck in 1980.
There's actually an old website. There's an old website. I don't know how updated. Yeah, maybe there is. Rippa will find it. He'll put it in the chat. But there's an old website.
Is Rippa in the chat?
He is in the chat.
Oh, he is in the chat.
Well,
he's like a Rippa's like a
hello. You need to be over here in the Zoomy room.
Gosh, it took about 30 seconds for Mom to derail the show. 30 seconds.
Rippa's like a dark shadow that just follows me everywhere with a New York accent. I can't get rid of him.
I sent him an invite. He should be on here live. By the way, the show's brought to you by Anthony Paragringo in moderation, Sean Nafsker, he's also in moderation, Paramom, she's over there. She's just going to be the cheerleader for the show in case it gets a little boring. And obviously, David Wolfe is going to be here representing the masses that will be going to the Bad Apples. We're going to have a great show tonight. Want to just encourage you to go check out a couple websites. One of those is MidwestParajet.com. Check out their website. Amazing people. Maybe you're thinking about buying some gear and you're in the Midwest. There's your ticket to freedom. Also, paramotor gear stuff. You can go to ppgsmoke.com. There's all kinds of stuff to keep you safe. They got float systems that you can buy from there. Actually look like this stuff here. There's chase cam. By the way, there's a new chase cam that just came out or is coming out very soon. I got the inside scoop on that. And then we got some strobe systems, new headsets. Those are almost done with the all the last glitches that they were dealing with. So those are going to be popping off the shelves here really soon. So go check out their website. It's ppgsmoke.com. I'm sure every one of you have heard or have checked it out. If you haven't, you should go check it out. Also, paramotorprops.com. They are a sponsor of the show. Really appreciate those guys over at Paramotor Props. If you blow up a prop, you can get a new one really fast in the mail. You just got to give them some money and they'll send one over to you. Paramotorprops.com. I also want to mention our local sponsor here in San Diego, California. That is American Allied Drains and Plumbing. If you're in the San Diego area and you're in need of some plumbing, American Allied Drains and Plumbing is your company. Mention Paragliding Talk and you will get a 10% discount on your services. You call them at 844-777-9055. So with that, I'm going to fire off this show. I want to say first, thank you for coming on the show and for being a part of paraglidingtalk.com, even though you have your own show. David, if you guys don't know David, he's had his own paramotoring podcast, and it's actually called OPN. Our Paramotor Nation. Yeah, and if you haven't seen their show, you should go back and watch them. I don't know how you would do it, but they have some pretty funny episodes, and David has a great YouTube channel, so go and check out his YouTube channel.
Yeah, the website's up for a little bit longer. I mean, the show, it's I think it's worked its course. Where we're not doing the show every weekend anymore like we used to on Sunday nights, but we'll do it once a month is what we decided. Me and Rip. We'll do it once a month. We'll bring on some guests. We had, who did we have on last time? I forgot. We had someone on. And then I think we're going to get Justin Fox and Alexis Quintana on here in the next few weeks as well. So there's that. But
yeah, they wouldn't come on my show for some reason.
They have a contract with me.
Oh, is that why? I really did try. I reached out to them like 3 or 4 times. We talked in person at the Salton Sea Flying.
They are busy. I know Alexa is going across the pond for some additional flying and training, and she won't be back till right before Bad Apple. So they're very busy with a lot of training.
Yeah. So we've got some great stuff lined up. This Bad Apples fly-in looks like it's going to be pretty amazing. Lots of people expected to come out, probably more than ever before. But I want to first talk to you about your new role with what you're going to be doing for the Bad Apples. So you're not just going to be flying there and, you know, messing around and getting in trouble. You're going to be going there to actually make some things structured. Talk about your new role and what you're going to be doing for the Bad Apples this year.
I wouldn't really call it so much a role as just kind of something I dove into. Tim Gaskins is one of my very dearest, closest friends, and you know, he has a big part. You know, I'd say a lot of the Bad Apples really take part in making the fly-in what it is. I think specifically there's a couple people that really are doing a lot of work on the front end before we even get months in advance. People like Tim Gaskins, CeCe Moisen, Mark Ingram, Rockwell Smith, whether it's getting the t-shirts designed or getting ready for all the little ins and outs. And I've kind of taken a role in that as well, and coming up with some new ideas that I thought would make it a safer environment and more of an experience too. You know, with this fly-in last year, Robert, we had 325 registered pilots. And I believe that broke the record for the largest paramotor fly-in in the country.
No kidding.
Yeah. And
I
this
realized
year,
Bad Apple's that big.
it's that big.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was there.
You were there.
It was huge. Yes, it was great.
That's what she said. And so this year, I'm expecting it to be even bigger.
Can't control yourself.
I know. I'm sorry. That's not a part of the cuss driver, right? I don't get
zero self-control.
I don't have cuss driver. I mean, I've stopped myself.
It's subliminal.
I'll try to hold it in. Maybe I'll just touch my nose if I'm gonna hold it in and not say it. All right. Anyways, but this year, I mean, I really believe that we're gonna exceed 400. Ripa thinks I'm nuts for that, but I actually had a video conference with Eric Fairwell today, and he said he thinks it's going to be closer to 5, which I hope he's dead wrong, because I don't know where we're going to put all these people. But you know, my goal is to do 2 things. One, make it safe for everybody, so everybody goes home in one piece and no one gets injured. And number 2, make sure everybody has fun. That's the most important thing that I'm looking for. And there's a lot of things that we're going to do a little bit differently to try to make it as safe as possible. There's an additional thing that we want to do. We don't want to make it just a fly-in where you come and you fly in the morning and you fly in the evening and you sit around and you just hang out all day. And sometimes that gets a little, not that it gets boring, but it becomes the same thing over and over again. So we really want to make it more an event where you can come and learn. So we've got about 6 seminars that we're lining up midday on 3 on Friday and 3 on Saturday. I'll talk about those in a little bit if you'd like. But yeah, just trying to, you know, help everybody out and make it the best event possible. And, you know, I can't say it's going to be the best fly-in in the country because I haven't been to every fly-in. I haven't been to EFD. I haven't been to anything Salton Sea or anything, Glamis, anything like that. But I'd like to say it's going to be the best fly-in this side of the Mississippi. You know, we'll see.
That's fair. You can say it. You can claim that, but definitely Salton Sea flying is the best flying.
All right.
Because it's free.
Well, that is a good thing too. Ours is not
you
free.
can talk about is the money.
What was that? It's not free. I mean, it is $60 per pilot. There's going to be some different ways you can camp. It's going to be $20 a night if you use the electric and water hookup, and that's a big topic of conversation we'll talk about as well. If you're doing tent camping or trailer camping without an electric hookup, it's only $10. Here's the greatest thing. Resurgence PPG, you've talked about it so much. Where's Craig tonight? Is Craig sleeping already? Craig's probably sleeping.
For the last couple weeks, he's had 0 internet on the island for some reason.
Okay. Oh, he's busy.
And he's digging pools like a madman right now too.
Oh, I've had that conversation with him recently.
Winter's over.
Yeah, he's back at it full go. But all the proceeds, or pretty much all the proceeds there, are going to go directly back to Resurgence PPG. So we're planning on raising a lot of money in a lot of different ways for them too. You know, there's the expenses, there's the porta potties. By the way, that's a nice thing too about the fly-in. There's 4 bathrooms there, and each bathroom has a shower in it too. So there's a place to shower. as well, which is nice if you don't have a shower in your camping facility. We're gonna have porta potties spread out. Of course, there's insurance. We've got Miss Katie coming. She makes some amazing Southern cooking, so she's gonna be there as well. But once all the bills are paid, then we want to look to take care of Resurgence PPG as we did last year as well.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Is that they normally do that?
So last year was last year or the year before, I think right before COVID. Yeah, it was right before COVID, because 2 years ago we didn't have the fly-in. We had to cancel it because of COVID. But right before that, Tim Gaskins put out a challenge to every fly-in in the country, every organizer, and said, don't keep the money, give it all back to Resurgence. So last year we did. And this year we plan to do the same thing.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Yep.
That is pretty amazing. So what are you guys going to be doing this year concerning safety?
Well, one of the things that we did is, when you've got that many people on the flight deck and they're ready, on the LZ, it's going to be becoming very discerning. I think there's going to be a lot of new pilots there. I've gotten messages. I saw in the chat, someone says it's going to be my first fly-in, and that's always scary when it's something this big and it's your very first fly-in, not just for the pilot, but for all the other pilots as well. We're going to have we've got a lot of people that have already reached out and said, if you need some volunteers, I'm going to help volunteer. When I talked to Eric Farewell, he said he's bringing 30 people with him, and these people are all available to help out on the flight line. Mike Cotter from Fly My PPG, he reached out to me, said, if you need any help, I'm there for you. So we do have an air boss, or is Sean, what did you call him? The air what?
I don't recall.
Okay, it's a word that I don't want to get charged $10 for on the show tonight, but our air boss is going to be there, and we're going to have a lot of air marshals spread out throughout the field. And so we actually bought 6 sets of glowing air traffic control wands, so that everybody, whether it's dusk, dawn, or even in the middle of the day, well, not in the middle of the day, but you'll be able to see us, and we'll be able to track, check patterns. So, if I'm lining up to launch, I might not see that Sean's coming in and landing above my left shoulder. So that person can cross the sticks and point to me and say, don't take off. You got someone coming in. So it's just an extra set of eyes. We've done this for the last couple of years, but having those wands, it's going to make it even a little bit safer.
That's pretty cool.
I know a lot of people too, myself included, once the flying actually starts, we're probably not even going to do much flying. Let everybody else who hasn't had a chance to fly. There's a lot of people that are coming early. Heck, I think there's people there already.
I was going to mention that's what Josh Bowden does.
Yeah. So, and this is actually, I'm very excited because, like I said, there's going to be a lot of people there that haven't been there before. Josh Bowden has never been to Bad Apples, so this will be his first time flying there.
Well, I mean, he's going to go, but he probably won't fly. I mean, he'll just.
Right. Well, maybe he will. I mean, he may come early and fly early like the rest of us. I see Kyle O'Leary's in the chat, and I heard he may be coming, but maybe he can confirm it. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, he's coming for the first time. Justin Fox has never been there either. But so a lot of new people are coming, and a lot of people like myself. I know Ripa has said I'm probably not going to fly once the fly-in actually starts, because we're going to get there a little bit early. And main reason to get there early is just to set up and get everything organized before people do.
I got a question that's, I mean, the name Bad Apples gives this impression that these guys are kind of rebels.
Yeah.
If I were to fly from like a different field, just come fly in and land and camp without paying the $60, you think anybody would know?
Yeah, absolutely. So everybody that gets there, the first thing that you're going to do when you check in is you're going to check in. As soon as you pull in, before you even park, you're to check in. There's going to be signs where to check in. Cece Moisen is someone you don't want to mess around with. She will kill you. No, I'm kidding.
Would I get a shirt if I did that?
You're going to get a wristband, and you can get shirts. The shirts are $15 for short sleeves, $20 for long sleeves. And if you're an extra large or something like that, it's an extra $2 on top of that. But once you check in, you will get a wristband. If we see people out on the airfield that don't have wristbands, they're going to be asked to leave. Likewise, when you pay for your camping, you'll get a wristband that you'll put a different color wristband and you'll put that on your tent or your trailer or wherever, so that we can see that you paid for parking as well. So those controls are already in place, so we know who's supposed to be there and who's not. Bottom line is that if you don't pay to come in, you'll probably be banned from future fly-ins. I'll embarrass the hell out of you, and you'll be taken away from Resurgence PPG. So that's not cool at all.
There it is.
And then you got a problem with Todd.
So that
Hold on.
means you gotta pay if you're gonna play, because there's
Look.
no play if you don't pay.
Look, we've got $8,000, $9,000 units on our back and $3,000 to $4,000 gliders above our head. You can pay a freaking $60. Okay, you're being so cheap. Just pay it.
My wife, she's such a troll.
But it's going to be a lot of people there. We really
So
want to organize.
legit question from Hot Buttered Steve. He said,
there is no such thing as a
can-
legit question from Hot Buttered Steve.
right?
Right.
He said, can we set up early or is it firm? May
Okay.
12th through 15th.
So that's the big question a lot of people have asked, and I've gotten some crap about it too from what I put in the video. So if you get there early, and I said this in the video, and this has been a rule that's been since the Bad Apples has started, you may get asked to move. Okay, once we get there on Monday, that's our field that we have rented out. We have rented out this field. This is ours to do at our discretion. Here's what I'll tell you. If you park far away from the pavilion, you're probably going to be just fine. Okay. It's really only the first little bit of area to the east of the pavilion where people like myself and Cece and Mark and Tim and anybody else that's organizing this, that we really need to be able to get over to the pavilion. Also, there's going to be a spot on the other side. Aviator, by the way, I mentioned Aviator, because the sponsors, last year, Robert, we only had 4 sponsors, and this thing has grown and people really want to be a part of Bad Apples and want to be at Bad Apples. We actually went from 4 sponsors last year to 19 sponsors this year. That's amazing. And that just shows the buy-in and how much this community supports this fly-in. And a lot of these sponsors are sponsors of your show. We could be here for 2 minutes, just me listing all the sponsors, but I will say this about Aviator. Aviator's been there since the very beginning, and it's really, really awesome. They're going to have a big tent set up. They always are in the same spot this year. And this year, they've got a very special guest. Should I say it now, or do you want me to
Is
say it?
Tucker Gott going to be there, guys?
I doubt it, but that's not the special guest.
Oh, okay.
No, special guest. I'll tell you right now. Special guest is, and this is who I got to speak to earlier today as well, was Fabrizio from Viterazzi. He's in charge of sales. So he's going to be flying in from Italy. And this is a very cool thing. They want to have it set up so that if you want to try out a Viterazzi motor, you can take it up for a flight.
That's cool.
Okay? Yeah. So I'm sure you're going to have to sign something saying you're responsible for the machine if something happens to it. But if you want to try a different motor out, you're going to be able to do that. In addition to that, they're going to be doing tandems for donations to Resurgence PPG. I know there's a lot of schools out there that are going to be doing tandems. Typically, it's about $150 for a 25-minute flight, which is great. So for probably about the same amount, that's all going to go right to Resurgence PPG. If you're not a pilot and you wanted to show up, or if you're a prospective pilot, you could do that and get a tandem flight there, which would be amazing. There you go. So yeah, so last year we had 325. This year I'm expecting 400. But if you think about that as well, the logistics of this whole thing, Sean, you were asking before about bringing your camping gear down and all that, and where you're going to park. We're going to be packing everybody in like sardines, I have a feeling. So please, I'm asking the entire community to be a team on this thing. We're really going to pack everybody in tight there because we want to get everybody in. We don't want to say, no, you can't come in. It's just too congested. We want everybody that's going to be traveling from far distance to be able to get in. And on top of that, I'm expecting at least 200 more people that aren't even pilots, whether it's family members or just spectators that are coming to see the event. So it's going to be a lot of people, and we really want to keep this a safe environment. But yeah, as I was saying before, we are renting out the field. It's ours to do our discretion. And the nicest way I can say it is the farther away you park from the pavilion, the less likelihood you'll be asked to move. There you go.
So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. If I paid
Mhm.
and I pull in and I find a spot that I came early, I was prepared and all that, and I get my spot, and then you asked me to leave or move,
Yeah.
you would have to have a really good reason.
Last year,
Right, and
it
I-
happened to me 6 times, and I moved my tent 6 times. No big
Seriously.
deal. It was no big deal, man.
6
Okay.
times? Are you serious?
Yeah,
You're not
no,
exaggerating.
I'm serious. I'm not exaggerating. I set it up, and then I had to tear it down, move it, set it up, tear it back down, move it,
Don't be that
set
guy.
it up, tear it back down.
In all fairness,
it.
that the first time you were there, that you had to move it from Ohio. You had to take it down to move it down to never.
Well, that was my
That's
first
one.
time at the fly-in too. So
Okay.
things were
So-
new to me, and yeah.
So, and let me say this, like I said, I don't expect it to happen. I really don't. We're going to be there early. We're going to be able to tell people. I mean, Tim, myself, Cece, we're going to be getting there on Monday. Okay, so we'll be able to tell people.
Yeah,
if
tell
you're
me
there
a
before
reason.
Monday.
Give me why that you would even have to mention that. Give me an idea, like a situation that you would be like, okay, this is why I need to do this.
Well, just because, like I said, we need to be easily accessible to the pavilion. If people are coming in late and they want to check in, we got to have someone there. Okay.
So you're
pretty
saying
much
like
it.
if your RV is blocking a pathway, you might be asked to move it sideways or something.
We just want to make sure we're as close to, so in the middle, I'm going to share the screen here. So maybe this will help. Okay. It's been a while since I've shared the screen. Let's try this.
Why not outline the areas not?
Yeah,
to
let's
park
do that. Here we
in?
go. Can you see this here?
By the way, Shannon Brooks donated $5 to the super chat, and so did Gerald Galapos. Thank
That
you
is
for that. Really appreciate you guys.
All right. So here is Hodges Field. You'll come in off the road here, and then right between these two buildings is where you'll check in. This is the pavilion. This is where everything is going to happen. All the events, things like that. Okay. Over here in this building, you have Mac Hodges' hangar, and there's 4 bathrooms located here. So you come in, you'll check in here, and right about where the cursor is, this is about the flight line right here. And then it kind of makes a turn and goes up this way. So it doesn't look so big, but it's a good size field. Okay. The hot spot is right about where the cursor is there. Okay. And that's absolutely fine. There should be no problem with anybody being right here. Okay. The area I'm talking about, and you can kind of see these little bumps here. I don't know if you can see those. Those, I believe, are the posts, and each post has different hookups. So there's the different voltages that you can hook up to. We want to make sure, people are bringing campers, but the bulk of it, the area I'm talking about is like right in here, where you're going to have the people that are working, the Bad Apples volunteers that are working the event need to be close up here. So if you get there before Monday, anywhere in here is fine. Anywhere in here is fine. My guess is this is a really horrible lake. I don't want to talk about that lake, but you can actually park on the other side of the lake here. This area may be opened up as well, I'm being told. So we're going to find places for everybody.
What is that? Just sod?
What's that? This here?
Yeah, is that like sod farm, just grass?
Okay, let me tell you, Robert, you have, this is one of the big, I'm going to stop screen sharing unless you need to bring it back up here. Did I do it? I forgot how to do this. Oh, stop share. Okay, so this field is absolutely pristine. It is like taking off from a fairway. Sean, what do you think? A fairway, the whole thing?
I would say that's an airstrip, literally. Old man Hodges, he took his airplanes off from there.
Right.
And,
but the grass is as clean as can be. And here's a major rule of this field. No littering at all. If Mac Hodges even sees someone smoking a cigarette and drops their cigarette butt, that person will be kicked out. No questions asked. If people are bringing their dogs, I plan on bringing my dog, you need to clean up after your animals. It's so important. And this is a field that is so sought after to fly at. We don't want to lose this at all.
What is the elevation of Hodges?
I don't know.
It's a trick question. Sorry.
It's
We'll find
10,000 feet. It's 10,000 feet, Anthony. No.
I'll find out. Somebody asked it in the
okay.
chat real quick. Mr. C did.
I'm gonna
so
guess honestly, I'd say probably somewhere around 500, but if someone knows, they can throw that in there. When you come, by the way, you want to bring cash, bring lots of cash. When you check in, you'll know based upon how many days you're going to be there, how much you're going to be spending.
Talk about is the money.
bring in cash. Now there's other things that you may want to bring checks for, and I'm going to tell you what that is right now, because like we were talking about earlier, Robert, there's other ways that we're going to be raising money for Resurgence PPG. So on Saturday night, we're going to have this big event. We did it last year. We did an auction. I got to be the auctioneer for that. I'll be doing that again this year. And we auctioned off a bunch of different prizes, and we raised a lot of money for Resurgence PPG. So I'm going to kind of tell you what some of these items and who's donating them. So Leading Edge, that's Justin Fox. He's going to be donating a helmet for auction. One Up Adventures and E-Prop.
Nice.
One Up Adventures. Kira Orange, that's Kieran, because now Larry is no longer the owner. So Kieran Close, the new owner.
Is that mom? Hold on a second.
That?
I think my mom's making a bunch of noise with her microphone.
Oh.
Is that you, Mom? I can't see her because she here, let me show.
No, she's on mute.
She's
said
muted.
nope.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Kira Orange is going to be donating a.
No.
Okay. Sorry, Mom. Somebody's making some noise in the background. That might be David Wolfe.
Oh, it might have been my paper. I'm sorry. Para Orange is going to be donating a waterproof cover. Para Swag. Have you guys seen these lighted props? They do patterns. The props have LED lights.
Oh, I've seen.
Yes, I want a set of those.
Awesome. Well, you have a chance to get it in an auction at a very cheap price. Charlie Soap is going to be, he's going to be donating some soap. A swag package from Florida's Flight Sports. That's Rick Davies. John Ripp is going to be auctioning off a sticker. That'll be very sought after. Actually, some of the prizes are going to also be, we're going to also do raffle. So even if you don't bid on a prize, we're going to do some raffles as well. So even just for coming in and paying the $60, you have a chance of winning. And you know what's really great is some of the people, they want to be involved, but they're not even sponsors. They wanted to get involved and can't even be at the fly-in. I got a message from Chris Crystal of Raptor Paramotor. He creates LED lights that are very similar to PPG lights. And so he said, I'm going to send a set down with a buddy of mine. I want you to go ahead and do that so that can raise some more money for Resurgence PPG. That's just absolutely awesome. And then the big announcement was this. I had this video conference today with Eric Farewell of Aviator and Fabrizio Viterazzi. Viterazzi is donating a motor to the fly-in.
Wow.
And Aviator has a new frame that's they're going to introduce at the fly-in. They're donating a frame as well. So we haven't decided yet if we're going to make that a separate raffle or if we're going to do that at auction. So for those prizes, we want cash only from all the people that come to the fly-in when they register. But if you end up winning something like that, you don't have a wad full of cash with you, which is understandable. CC will also take a check. So you can do that as well. Just make sure it's in your bank.
Make sure you have money in your bank.
Money in the bank. Money in the bank. By the way, too, if you get there early, if you get to the fly-in early before Wednesday.
Hold on a second. Who is making those noises?
That's my paper. I'm sorry. It's my paper, Robert.
That's you on the mic. You have your microphone on the keyboard.
It's going through the MacBook. I'm so sorry.
I so badly want to yell at Mom because I think it's her.
You can do that anyways. I've never done one of these shows before, so I don't know the ins and outs. I'm so sorry.
Where's your microphone?
It's somewhere on the computer.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry,
Man, I'm like the backup plan here.
It will never happen.
If it's not David, then it's Mom.
Goes back. Oh, I thought you said
David would have a teleprompter by now.
Yeah, and I thought Mom was saying that David was a backup plan. That he was my backup guest.
Wow.
When I can't find a good guest, I just call up David.
I'm so happy to hear you say that. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Episode 200.
Oh my gosh.
You remember that episode?
Yes. It was
amazing.
So awesome. It was the best.
By the way, we're speaking of all these
David,
auctions.
I remember that night. It was really good.
speaking of all these auctions and giveaways, oh, Shannon Brooks, by the way, he said, what if I fly there? I'm only 1 hour away. And he's talking about flying from his house.
Yeah.
But we'll answer that right after we do a giveaway of our own. Paraglidingtalk.com. Sean, stop entering names into the
Yeah.
wheel right now.
Yeah.
Copy.
Spinny Winnie King.
Oh, and
In the
hi, Bill
house.
H. By the way,
He does
I
it
see you in there.
all.
I see
Bill
everybody
H.
in the chat. I've got everybody's name in the wheel.
Yeah.
No more names.
No more
so I know
names.
they're on a bit of a lag. So, I'll give it about a good 5-10
Okay.
seconds, but then there's no more names.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So I've got everybody's name in there. I'm not putting any more names in after this moment. So
Gringo
No, I gotta-
spamming.
I want to double
All
make
right.
sure.
So I have to say special thanks to a couple people. One is Gerald Kalapos. He donated a bunch of these retractable keychain deals. Oh, Will Fly donated $5 to the super chat. Said Resurgence PPG rocks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Will Fly.
Yeah, Will
Appreciate
Fly.
your contribution to the
Thank
show.
you, Will Fly.
And they
Love you
surely do.
much.
The giveaway tonight is going to be one of these retractable keychain devices. I don't need to show you. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, go ahead. You can show them.
Yeah, phone
Anna?
tether.
Anna?
Yeah, phone tether.
Anna.
I think I have the wrong one.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
so
it's
I'm gonna
okay.
share. I'm gonna
Yeah.
share my screen.
Yeah, go ahead, Sean.
So,
Okay.
all right, so here we go.
Yeah,
Tell me-
we'll spin that wheel and get back to business.
Ready?
So yeah, go ahead. So if, by the way, the spin of this wheel is brought to you by Calamity Kite Clinic. So if you want to join their shenanigans, you can go to the website calamityKiteClinic.com. Also, the show is brought to you by Nebraska PPG. Josh Bowden, he runs a school in Nebraska, and if you want to meet him, you can go to Bad Apples because he's supposed to be there. Yep, he's famous like that. He does have a connection point in the description of this episode. So if you actually live in Nebraska and you're like, I want to get some training, and he's not the most expensive guy, the very top, but he's not the cheapest guy. He's a really good instructor, and so sign up with him. Oh, so close. I wonder who it's gonna be.
I don't know.
Oh, it's gonna be David Wolfe.
Yes.
Are you
yes.
kidding me?
Yes.
It is.
Bring it down.
I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
still going, bro.
No way.
I don't know.
It's still
It
going.
happened to Minyard. Remember how that happened? It happened.
Come on.
David,
Wow.
congratulations. You are a
David
winner.
Wolfe.
No, I've got two. If you want to spin it again, I've got two that I have from Lone Star Paramotor. I'm happy to give it up. I never win. This sucks. Go ahead and
You
Now,
wanted
David,
the prop.
is this you telling me to spin again, right?
unless you got some oil there, I can take some oil.
You
Oh,
want some? Okay, I got you. I'll send you some. You use Saber?
I will now.
Saber.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm gonna send you some
Congratulations, David
Saber.
Wolf. You won some
Alright.
oil.
Congratulations,
man.
winner, chicken
That's
dinner.
awesome.
Wow,
That's
rigged.
great.
Never trust a skinny chef. Shane said Linda is cooler than Robert. Just saying, and he paid $10 to say that.
Oh yeah, Shaney. Love
Shane-
you, man.
Shane probably wouldn't even came on the show unless Mom had spammed his Facebook.
I had to surprise my chatters tonight and just jump in the Zoom and hang out with you guys. And this is a special night. Thank you, chatters. I appreciate you. Appreciate you all. You know I do. Much love.
She's filled with love.
Oh yeah.
What were you saying?
I just Kelby Cox just put a question out there. I put it in the chat. You want to ask for him?
Beautiful. It's got a couple. There's a couple questions in the
Yeah.
chat. Hot Buttered Steve donated $10 to the super chat. He said, had a
Right.
weird day. Some guy was following me around with a pooper scooper for like 2 hours. Yeah, that's a little awkward.
I seriously don't know why I just laugh at all these things on Facebook because I just do, because I love Stevie, it keeps
Yeah,
the
don't worry.
world going around, right?
Don't worry, I'm gonna mute her. There you go. And she's muted. So, anyways, we've got some pretty cool stuff for this fly-in. As far as it's not just a fly-in now. There's more. There's going to be some air show stuff. There's going to be raffles. Talk a little bit more about the different shenanigan stuff that's going to be going on at the Bad Apples this year.
Shenanigans? I don't know about so much about shenanigans until
Here we
Wolfe
go
starts
with the
playing.
safety talk again.
Yeah. So let's tell you this. Let's talk a little bit about those seminars that we're looking to do. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of unique. So
I like that.
I'm lining up about 6 seminars. I don't know the order of them yet. I'll know that once we get there, and we'll have a whiteboard up there so everybody can see who's doing what. But here's what we got so far, because we want to make this educational too. Andrew Fuller of Skylab, former guest of the show. He's going to be talking about SIVs and answering any questions about that. Justin Fox of Leading Edge, he is going to be doing a motor maintenance seminar. So that'll be pretty cool. We're going to do a meet and greet with Resurgence PPG. We had a lot of Resurgence alumni there last year, and I expect to have just as many, if not more, this year. So we are going to have a meet and greet where everybody can come and say hello and ask questions and do that. I mentioned Fabrizio. He's coming in from Italy, from Viterazzi. So he's going to do a little seminar as well. So if you have questions about Viterazzi motors or things that are coming up, he'll be able to answer questions for you as best he can. There's another person that's coming in from Italy as well, and that's Navid Selecki from Fly Products. So I got to talk to him today. He's going to be coming in as well. He's going to be speaking about what it's like at the, go ahead.
I was just pointing at my Fly Products sticker right there.
That's right. So Navid's going to be coming in. He's going to be talking about Fly Products, the company's history, some things that are coming up in the future as well. So that'll be very cool to have 2 people coming in from across the world. There may be a couple others, but I haven't confirmed them yet, so I don't want to say just yet. But and then also, I believe we're going to probably have Eric DeFore and Jeff Goyne get up and do a question and answer as well, to the best paramotoring minds in the country. So it's going to give some great things for people to do while they're sitting midday, not flying. But I'll tell you this, not only do I want everybody to walk around and see all the sponsors and support them for supporting the fly-in, in addition to them, there's going to be a lot of vendors there as well. They're going to be setting up their tables and booths probably. But there's going to be a lot of stuff that you can look at, buy, touch, feel, fly apparently too, which is going to be an awesome experience for everybody that's there.
Dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
You should reach out to like one of those carnival, like the guys that like deep fry anything.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean?
Well,
have one of those trucks there.
That'd be cool, but we actually made an agreement with Miss Katie. She's the one and only. She's the one and only that's going to be there.
Oh, and Miss Katie, by the way, she can cook. I give her that. I mean, she can cook some good food.
Yes. So you're right, Chuck. I'm going back over to this picture for a second. So if we go back over to that pavilion, you imagine that flight line right about here. A lot of the vendors or the sponsors, when they get there, if they like where they're at, they're going to set up at wherever they're at in the field. Like Aviator is going to be over here. Some of the other ones are going to be over here. I know One Up Adventures is going to be getting there early, and they usually set up right in this area here. They actually have a tandem exemption class that they're going to be doing. So if you are there early and you see them teaching, please try to stay as far out of their way as possible, because obviously they're teaching there, and that's happening before the fly-in officially begins. But all the other sponsors that have paid, that are setting up booths, if they have the option to set up right here on the south side of the pavilion as well. So if you're looking for that, you'll be able to walk the flight line. We want it to be spread out so it's not a congested area in one specific spot. And then in that pavilion, all of those seminars are going to take place as well. So a lot of exciting, fun things that we're setting up for this. Those are the shenanigans, if you will.
Actually, it was a question Clark Kent asked. He said, can you buy a shirt if you don't go to the fly-in? It's a legitimate question.
That's a good question. And I'm going to say it's probably going to be difficult. I think we've ordered somewhere around 350 shirts, and I don't think we're going to have enough for everybody.
I think it was you have to be present, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm pretty sure you're going to have to be present. I would love to say yes.
No, they said you have to get one as a present.
Oh, as a present? No, I guess you could ask someone to buy one for
Yeah.
you. So there is
Rubber
that.
made that one up.
As a
Rubber made
present.
that one up.
I like
No?
that, Sean.
Did I mishear what they said? I'm sorry.
I think he did. That was a mockingbird, not,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just jealous I can't go.
I wish you could. I don't know why you can't.
I can't
Ugh.
because I have real responsibilities, unlike all you pilots that just fly around all day.
Right.
I have to
It's
go to work
beautiful
like a
here.
big boy.
It's not like
That's kind of like the Salton Sea for me.
Look at Gringo's face.
I'm just thinking if you're going to be, if you're just going to stay at work, then I'm going to go. So, but I'm looking at the map right now on the website, and I'm trying to find out where you fly into. So,
I know a lot of people will fly into Atlanta. I think Atlanta's about an hour and a half drive from there. If you have your own little plane, you can fly in yourself.
Is there a landing strip nearby?
Oh
there?
yeah, that whole thing is a landing strip.
Yeah, but how's that going to work with a bunch of paramotors flying around?
We clear the field. So I remember last year, I believe Jeff Going flew in. I think Eric Farewell flew in.
Okay, so now it's
people
getting
do fly
interesting.
in.
Okay, the show finally
Oh.
got interesting after like
Wow.
35 minutes, 41 minutes.
God.
So are you serious? So it's an airstrip. You can land. What do you got? It's got to be a pretty small plane, I assume.
Yeah.
Well,
and then
it's policed too, by the way. If there's somebody that's supposed to be coming in to land, generally they clear the field. They
Yes.
keep the field clear until they land. Once they landed and they know the coast is clear, then they open it back up for everybody.
So that
But-
means somebody is obviously on airband radio and
Yes.
prepared, and somebody's obviously made a phone call or two ahead of time to say, "Hey, I'm planning on flying it at this point." Interesting.
That's
And they
Correct.
do
I
have
believe-
medical staff as well.
Yes, and that's an important point that I thank you for bringing it up, because I wanted to bring it up. We do have a medical staff that is on site. Last year, we did have an accident in the middle of the day. And what happened was we got the medical staff, the first people that were there did a great job. The medical staff got there. Oh yeah, there is Jimmy Carter Airport you can fly into as well. Thank you, Chad B. The medical staff got there, and people stayed around, and we want to make sure that everybody's clear. Once the medical staff gets there, please clear out, give them space, give them room to operate. There you go. And here, I tell you what, and none of these are new rules. These have always been. There's only one new rule that, and I'll admit it, I was the one that really wanted this rule to happen, because I've been in fly-ins where there's been drones flying real close to me, and I don't know who that pilot is, and I don't know what they see and what they don't. So if you bring a drone, I'd rather you leave the drone home. But if you bring a drone, there is absolutely no drones to be flown when anybody is in the sky. So if Matt Minyard decides to go up in the middle of the day and go fly, that drone gets put away, just like that. No exceptions. That's one of those things that if we see that happen, we'll ask someone to leave. Very
We do
nice.
that. We do
Why
that
do
at
you-
Salton Sea.
Yeah.
We fly on drones at Salton Sea. Just saying.
Yeah. But that's not the best paramotor flying in the country, but it's not the biggest.
No.
shots fired.
Yeah.
It's like mic drop.
I tried to start charging people last year.
I mean,
Not one
Sal-
person paid.
The Salton Sea is to Thursday night what the Bad Apples is to Sunday.
That was horrible.
That was terrible. All right.
Some people would get that on their way home though. Right over
So can
people's
you,
heads.
David, can you foot drag that pond?
Oh,
back
you
there,
had
by
to
the way?
do that.
I mean, no, really, the question is, can you foot drag that pond?
Oh, me specifically? No, the answer is no.
Oh, okay.
How does water affect your motor?
If you get it out pretty quickly, you can start that thing back up. I know firsthand.
You just fire it right back up and get back in the air. Dry it
I
off
got
as
it.
fast as you can.
That's right. That's right.
I like it.
Yeah,
So
Jimmy, go ahead.
speaking of trolling, you actually got inducted into the Bad Apples
Correct. Last year.
Illuminati. I don't know.
So the Bad Apples, it's kind of like what you have out there in San Diego. It's a group of people that fly together. It's not an organization. There is no president. We're just a bunch of people that fly. Okay. To get inducted into the Bad Apples, you got to do something stupid. That's it.
Hmm.
You got to do something stupid.
And so now, wait a second. Now, this is not meaning like you do something stupid, screw up, and people mock you, make fun of you. No, this is set the stage for you, and like I want you to dress up, like Hot Buttered
lobster.
Steve at the Salton Sea Fly in a dress, right?
no, it's more of you do something stupid.
So I want to know what you had to do.
If you do something stupid or whatever the case may be, I'll give you a great example. There's Michelle Bingham Helms, one of my favorite ladies out there. And Michelle has, you know her, Linda? Okay.
Yeah.
So Michelle's call sign, this is one of my favorite stories, and I hope I can tell it as well as Tim Gaskins. Her call sign is wet spot.
Oh boy.
Wet spot. Yes. And the reason why, every time she would land, she kept hitting water, the wet spots. So finally, one time she landed in this, I guess this entire field where they were flying, her and Tim, I believe. And there was this one wet spot in the middle of the field, and she lands and she hits it and she falls in it. And she looks up, she goes, why am I always hitting the wet spot? And that became her call sign. So what was interesting about mine is my call sign is flounder. And it came about because, what was it, about a year before that, at the Dave Purdon fly-in, that's when I landed in the river. I was following Chris Holbert and another person and foot dragging the river, and their whatever pushed me down. Okay. I was flying behind them, so I got sucked down. And when I pulled out of the river, there was a fish on my glider, and I caught a fish with my glider. And then I was able to, by the grace of God, launch after on my third try. I was able to get that thing off, dry it off enough, and fly back to the LZ. And Anthony called me and saw, remember that, Anthony? He called me and he said, I think you were in your cigar shop or something, and said, why are you on my TV set? Because it made right this minute, that event. So that's how I got the call sign Flounder. I was inducted on Friday night last year, and it was Saturday morning that I actually was foot dragging the river, and I went into the lake there at Hodges, and I went into the lake. So that was even funnier because not only did I get the call sign, but then I reemphasized why I got the call sign. And this is why David doesn't foot drag water anymore.
On accident. 2 times.
Of course it was on accident. I wouldn't do that on purpose.
Yeah, I totally saw it. It was like goosh, goosh. I was like, okay.
I'm sure people appreciate you revealing how deep it is or how shallow it is.
I was lucky because I didn't.
Yeah, he hit the edge. He was not in the center.
No
Had
floats.
he been in the center, I would have been worried. But
yeah,
he was off to the edge. So A+ on that.
I think I was hip deep. I was about hip deep. So I didn't. Yeah. So the paramotor wasn't fully submerged. I think if you think of land, I kind of bent over. I think it may have gone just splashed up onto it and all. But
oh my gosh,
we made sure as soon as I got out, I started the motor up and dried it out.
Is it on video?
Oh yeah, it's on video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching my videos, Robert.
It made you famous, David. That's all that matters. It made you famous.
I'll send it to you.
It's going to have a spike in views.
Look at him.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it. I was just doing what I do. Just troll. It's hard. It's hard not to troll.
I'm the troller of the trollers.
You're not a troll, Mom. You're a little love muffin. All you do is just spread cheer.
Yeah.
But your son, however, is professional level 7 grade wizard troll.
Yeah, that's it. Well, your brother, I'll just say real quick, your brother calls me cheese puffs. So there you go.
That's pretty accurate. I don't always agree with Ryan, but in this case, I will have to agree with him.
That's what he calls me. He always calls me, comes and picks me up. Let's go shopping. Cheese puff.
By the way, I'm going to mention a couple sponsors. One of those is iFly Indiana Powered Paragliding. If you're interested in flying paramotors, no better place to get the proper training than iflyindiana.com. Kevin and his team will get your feet off the ground. That's iflyindiana.com. Also, the show is brought to you by Lone Star Paramotor. If you're in the Lone Star state of Texas, you can reach out to Ron Turan and his team for world-class training. His website is lonestarparamotor.com. Oh, we got a new sponsor.
All right.
Yeah. Don't you want to know who it is? Max Acro Paragliding. maxacro.com. Yeah.
I was gonna
Max
say,
Marion.
no, I want to build up suspense, but
Yeah.
no, you just gave it away. You just slapped me with a fish.
Fish slappers. Yeah, they have all kinds of amazing things on their website to help you to be a better pilot. One of those is, you guys all know Max, and I did my SIV with Max, so I know firsthand how good his SIVs are. Incredible. And he does them here in Southern California, so it's typically very nice weather. And it was when I went, and it's at Lake Berryessa. Pretty amazing. So anyways, sign up with him by going to their website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What Robert said. Yeah.
Yeah.
So so you said Shannon Brooks had a question earlier?
Yes.
There's a couple of other little questions. Some of them, most of them probably been answered.
Okay.
Just again, how many, James wants to know how many electric hookups are available there, or did you guys already answer that?
80.
So I'm told there's 80. There's all different outlets as well. So obviously that's another reason, Robert, that someone might need to move. So if you're taking up the more powerful amps and you don't need it, they
Yeah,
might
that's
ask you to
justified.
move down. So yeah, so there's that reason there too.
Justified. And no stealing power, by the way.
No stealing power. I'm recommending that everybody brings a
Generator.
Thank you. A generator. Whether
Or
need
they
it
have
not,
some
'cause someone
battery-
else might need it.
Yeah, they have these batteries that you can buy. It's like a big box, and it's like a generator. It'll hold power for a while.
It's like a solar generator. The Jackery is a good company
Is that a brand?
Yes, it's a brand. It's a
What's it called?
It's called a Jackery.
Jackery. This show is brought to you by Jackery.
It's actually like this. This one here is the 300, and basically your charge port is right here. You run your solar panel right to it. It charges up. You can run your stuff up to certain wattages. This one here is a 300. Actually, no, this one's a 500. So up to 500 watts, I can pull off of this, and it'll run fine. You got bigger units up to 2,000 watts. Which means you can run pretty much anything, your refrigerator, what have you, if you're camping, your lights, your fans, everything off of it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good little system.
What's that thing run?
What?
What's that thing cost? Everyone wants to know.
It depends. It depends on which unit you go with. The 300 is about $300. The 500 about 500. 1,500 is about 1,500. Yeah, it's about $1 a watt.
That's pretty cool. It's easy to remember.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Gringo?
Kelby Cox wants to know if they're having a place for the Resurgence alumni, David.
So Kelby, I'd probably recommend you talk to Todd on that one. I think last year I remember a lot of the
insiders.
A lot of the alumni were on the western side of the field. So, and I know you guys, I believe you guys have your own private group chat. So probably talk about it there. I can't wait to see Kelby again. So,
and then my dog is choking. Who's doing the tandem exemption class again? And is it trike or foot launch?
So One Up Adventures is doing it, but that's before, and I think they're already booked out. And that was for trike tandem, but that's already booked out.
Dang, I just put my soundboard away. I could have went bump, 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 bump.
So Shannon Brooks said, can I fly there? Right. And so, yeah, if you want to fly in, you're more than welcome to, but as soon as you land, just come over there to the pavilion and get your wristband and pay for it. Absolutely.
So if you're not going to camp there overnight, are there, Shane wants to know if there's hotels close by.
I believe there is. I believe there is. I don't know. I've heard there are. I don't have a list of them though, but I'm sure you can find. Just look up Americus, Georgia, or hotels near Hodges Field
in Georgia.
And Shane Wyman, can I park by the pond?
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to be. Yeah. Last year, 2 years before that, people were parking around the pond. We're probably going to have to be putting more people around the pond and on the south side of the field as well, because I really see this thing being packed. One other thing too, we got to make sure that the access road stays open. Last year, had that road been blocked like it was, and I believe Tim had told people to move off that road and not park on it or camp on it, Had that been the case and we didn't move those people, then the ambulance that came for the pilot that got hurt wouldn't have been able to get in or get out. So yeah, the answer to your question is you will be able to park on the south side of the field. And we're going to help everybody arrange of where to go and all that too.
And last question I see that I pulled from the chat. My dog is choking. How does one get a premium parking spot? You were talking about parking spots earlier.
Nothing is being held.
Okay.
There's no help holding spot.
This guy's name is My Dog is Choking, and you have to read his thing, and you're like, my dog is choking. We're like, it is? What's wrong with
That's
him?
Chris.
It's a serious question from My Dog is Choking.
Yeah.
That's Chris. Chris is great. But yeah, and then we can't really let people like say, hey, I'm holding for my friend here. He's going to be here in a day or so, or 2 days or so. I mean, if it's
no savesies.
Yeah, no savesies.
What if you put a fake tent up and just say, oh, they're sleeping in there?
If you got the time to put up a fake tent, I would think you could just put up a real tent.
No savesies.
To save a spot for someone. Just put up a
balloon tent.
An empty tent.
All right.
Okay, so Will Fly's doing a screenshot because I asked him. Boy,
Will Fly is?
Yeah.
Tell me
So
more.
we all got to smile, you know.
Okay.
And just,
And while we're setting that up, I want to know where the big gorilla is, and then also where's the big inflatable gorilla.
All right, so gorilla.
Hold on a second. Hot Buttered Steve just donated $10 to the super chat, and he said, I'm coming for you, Davey. Gonna hunt you like Elmer Fudd hunting Daffy Duck. Buckle up. I'm bringing my A game and my best wardrobe.
I can't wait to meet Steve.
He's
I can't wait. I haven't met him yet, so I'm very excited.
Well, if you came to the Salton Sea Flying, you would have met him.
If I went to the end of the split drag, I would have met him.
He was at Salton Sea, and he mentioned definitely one thing to me. He was really excited to meet you, David. Seriously.
Really?
I'm dead serious. Yeah.
An awesome guy.
He's going.
Well, you know, Robert, I couldn't be there because some of us have responsibilities back here too, you know.
You're filled with flies. You're literally always at fly-ins.
Who?
Yeah.
You.
No, I'm not.
Wow.
Steven is my fashionista.
Yeah.
That's what I call him. He's my fashionista.
Can't wait to meet him. It's gonna be awesome meeting a lot of people there. I mean, I'm gonna be running around everywhere, just making sure everybody's safe and everybody's happy. But I can't wait to meet everybody. Bringing my dog with me.
He's not even gonna fly. David's gonna literally be on the ground the whole time.
I'll probably be on.
David's gonna be on poop patrol.
Clean up his poop.
It's like we say, like Tim told me a long time ago, we don't go to fly-ins to fly. We go there to hang out and be with our friends.
What are the kids gonna do? What are the wives and kids gonna do when you guys are all flying? Is there gonna be anything other than flying to do?
They can watch. Yeah.
You guys are horrible. You need to make some stuff for them fun stuff for them to do.
All right, we'll work on that next year. When we find more room to put inflatable things, we'll do that. Oh, the question about the gorilla.
Yeah, what happened to the gorilla?
So for those of you that don't know, my buddy Brandon McLeod basically dared me to buy this 30-foot gorilla, which it was mortifying because the first time I blew it up, they got a screenshot of me with my head up its butt, trying to push it up in the air. It was horrible. So anyways, I took it to the Swanee fly-in a couple years ago. We had this huge 30-foot gorilla. It was awesome. And I ended up selling it to Rick. And then Rick ended up selling it away. So it's no longer.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I was so sad that
it was a huge gorilla too.
Yeah, who bought the gorilla?
It was massive.
Yeah, I don't.
He got a car dealership.
Yeah, I think it was a car dealership. I think he just sold it away. The thing took up so much freaking space when it was not even inflated.
But who bought it from you guys? Another car dealership?
I guess so. I don't know who he sold it to, but yeah, I think it was
that. Literally put David Wolfe on the map for me.
Honestly, the guy, it really did. It really did. I mean, if the coconut broad didn't, that did.
Yeah, that actually redeemed you from the coconut broad.
It did. Till my head was
only for a minute till you got rid of it. Now it's back to coconut broad.
I'm looking at your Instagram, trying to find a picture
in the water. So that's why I'm taking the safe route at the fly-in. I can't do anything wrong if I just stay on the ground with a megaphone on my head. That's right. I'm going to be taking a lot of pictures too. I'm going to be posting a ton of pictures I got my wife a really nice camera, so I'm gonna bringing that to fly in. I just want to take a lot of fun pictures for people and let them see themselves. So there you go.
There's my dog is choking. Asked this question.
Is your dog
please,
okay? Sorry.
Yeah, I don't have a dog. Please ask David if there will be a kiting war and if they have need of donations for the winners. David Ruff donated $5 to the super chat. He said, "Who's a better pilot, David Wolfe or Ripman? We want to know." Starting a battle.
Look, if I'm going to be very honest, John flies several times a week. So if I can be really honest about it, I would probably have to say me.
That was a good.
There it is. Oh, Anthony. Yeah, I have
good delivery.
Oh, there we go. Oh God.
Man.
Yeah.
There's the gorilla. Oh, you got to fast forward through the intro there. Fast forward through the intro.
The funniest part of that is that PPG Gorilla actually bought the gorilla from you.
I basically tricked him into buying it for me. I didn't want it anymore.
And how much did this transaction cost? Can you share, or is it ridiculous?
That's the gorilla right there at Palm Bay, the last Palm Bay. That's right. Boy, I do a lot of that grabbing my face.
We should say it's a ridiculous price because it's a ridiculous sized gorilla.
No, I think I paid $700 for it, and I think I sold it to Rick for about $500. Oh, yeah.
That is unacceptable.
Yeah, that was me in the video saying, "This is gorilla."
Oh my gosh, gorilla. He never recovered from that.
Not even here to defend himself.
Man.
You kicked the air out of him.
Yes, keep going. You'll see the part where my head gets stuck, and then you can screenshot it and laugh at me. There you go. Coming up.
Everyone point and laugh at David.
That's it.
Everyone point and laugh.
Here it comes.
Oh, I remember this.
I didn't really know how to inflate it properly. Yes.
Oh my God, it seems like yesterday, David.
I know. Thank God yesterday's behind us.
Well,
here it is. This is it, Anthony, right there. There we go. I think this is the part. Oh God.
It can't be that big.
That's what
it is. That thing was massive, dude.
30 feet.
Like you could
I'm saying when it's all deflated.
Oh, watch this. Oh, this is bad. Oh yeah. There it is. Yeah. I think the thing fell on me. I couldn't lift this thing up.
How much does that thing weigh?
It was heavy. It was really heavy. And it took, and then I had that small little cargo trailer, so it took up so much room in the cargo trailer.
Probably filled it up, right?
It was a large thing, yeah. Anyways, that was fun to have for a while. But
Darren Locklear donated $10 to the super chat. Thanks, Darren.
Oh, I love Darren. Carolina PPG.
I love Darren. Thanks.
He's a big sponsor for the fly-in as well. Big supporter of Resurgence PPG.
Yeah, he sent me a super cool something or other. I don't have it here.
Thanks,
that boy can eat. He'll take you to some of the best restaurants in North Carolina.
I thought I had a sticker. Is it up there?
Hey, David, who was filming you in that video? Setting up the gorilla?
Brandon was filming that.
Oh, Brandon.
Yeah,
I miss Brandon.
Mr. Brandon. Yeah.
Brandon used to love me.
What? He doesn't love you anymore?
I don't think so.
Do I need to talk to you?
Oh no, we need to go off the air. 7:03. My dinner's literally at the door. She just left.
Oh, no.
An hour went by really quick.
It did go by really fast. By the way, I want to mention Resurgence PPG. I know we talked about it in the show. They're a 501c3. If you want to donate to them, you can do that and get a tax deductible deal with that. So you have one more day, the 15th, tomorrow, to do your taxes. You can make a donation tonight by going to resurgencepppg.com, and they will be very grateful.
It's actually extended to Monday.
Is it 21st?
Yeah, because Friday.
So thank you. Really appreciate all the sponsors of the show, and I appreciate the moderators, and especially thank you, David, for coming on the show. I really appreciate your contribution and the fact that you're putting yourself out there to help out with this fly-in. I know that there's a lot of people that are involved, and I know you mentioned a bunch of those. Also, those people, I'm not going to name them all. We're already on fire. So anyways, after show, you want to join? Just put your information there in the chatty chat, and we'll send you over an invite in your email. And yeah, after shows are great fun.
Yeah.
All kinds of
Okay, I got
shenanigans.
to say something real quick. I have to say
Mhm.
something. You know how I am.
I just
Gotta
want to
say-
talk about my show that I have.
No.
Go ahead, Mom.
I just want to say thank you, my chatters, tonight. I love y'all. Much
She
love,
literally
much love.
is the
Thank you,
most
David.
faithful person to share the link to the show to everyone that she knows.
That's right.
You're amazing, Mom. I love you.
That's what I do. No,
Okay.
you're amazing.
We're going to go to the
You're
after show.
amazing,
Thank
you're
you, guys.
amazing,
Thank
you're
you, Sean.
amazing.
Anthony Peregringo, David Wolfe. We'll see you on the next one. If I don't see you in the air, I'll see you on the air. Have a great